How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video on Coaster Extra. In today's video, we are going to be operating the Flying Dutchman in Efteling, which is a park located in the Netherlands. Now, this is a simulator on Ride Sims Beta, which means some things that you see in this video may change before the simulation is released to the public. But nevertheless, let's get straight into operating this ride, starting with turning on the power. So, we're going to just go over to this button here, click it. Now the power's on. Now we can hold down the R key, like this. And this nice little animation comes up to reset the E-stop. Now that reset has engaged, we can now turn the system mode on to maintenance. And now we can turn on all of the blocks. So, we're going to just turn on all of these just by clicking on the little buttons. Now we can't turn on this last one as there are still trains that are in it and it would be blocked. So we just have to wait for us to basically send some trains out. I will turn that on as I do some testing. Now to do this testing, we are going to jump right into a time lapse. So there we go, we have done some testing and some of the trains are still just making their way around. But we have done some testing and it has gone very nicely. You can see one of them is about to go down the drop. There it goes. But yeah, so we've done some testing and it went nice and smooth, which means we can open the ride. So we're going to click up here for station 1, open that. Click up here for station 2, open that. And then click to open the main queue. And guests are going to start trickling into both sides of the station. And I am going to cut to when we have some more guests in the queue so that we can load these people onto the ride. Okay everyone, so we've got a lot more people in the queue, as you can see. Up at these top two numbers, the 16 is the number that are in the station waiting and the 14 is the number that are in the loading bays. Same applies for this station. And this number down here, the 44, shows the number of people that are actually waiting in the main queue line. So the reason this block panel is flashing is because we've just let some trains stack up here and they can't enter the station because the station is full. But this will sort itself out as soon as we start loading guests, which we're going to start doing now. So we can see the station 1, its train needs to be dispatched. So to do this, we're going to press the space bar. We're also going to now switch our system mode over to normal mode so that we can load on people. So we are going to switch over to station 2. This is just using the two left and right arrow keys to switch between station 1 and station 2. But we need to be on station 2 and we are going to load in the people. So before we do this, we're going to just change our view over to this really nice view that they've got here. You can see the true beauty of the trains of this ride from this view. Anyway, we are going to load on the people by pressing the enter key, and you will see that the gates swing open and people begin to load onto the ride. Now in station 1, we need to dispatch the train from the unloading bay, and on station 2, we need to open the restraints from the unloading bay. Now that the people are loaded in on station 2, we are going to close the gates by pressing the enter key again. And then we are going to close the restraints by pressing the down arrow key. Now we're going to switch over to station 1 and load people onto this train. We should also be able to turn on this block section now to let this train in. Oh no, okay, that's because we need to change our mode over to maintenance mode. Now we should be able to, there we go. Now we're going to change this back over to normal and go back into our nice view. And we are going to now just dispatch the Station 2 train. So there it goes with all its people on it. In Station 1, we're going to close the gates and also open the restraints of the train that's in the back of the station. There we go. You can see another train's come in. That's from when we cleared the block station. Block section, not block station. That's a block station. That is just not the right word. That's like a station made out of blocks. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to load people into Station 2 again and also close the restraints for Station 1. And now I'm going to just do this in the background, as you know how to operate this ride now. Now, this is a coaster, the Flying Dutchman, located in Efteling, which is a theme park in the Netherlands. Now, this is a very, very beautiful park. One of the most beautiful parks in the world, in my opinion. I have never been there. However, I really do want to go one day. It is a really, really nice theme park. It's, you know, just so beautiful, and the theming looks honestly amazing. And yeah, I really want to go there. The rides, they aren't the best of any theme park in the world. However, they have some very good rides. And the main focus of their rides is theming. And this ride is no exception. So, this ride, well, it's like some kind of water coaster almost. But it's weird because it's got a dark ride section. And it has also got a proper coaster track section. And you might be thinking, oh, is this like a water coaster manufactured by Mack Rides, like some of their others? No, this is manufactured by KumbaK, the amusement engineers, which is a manufacturer that I had never heard of until I had to do some research for this ride. And I think the reason I've never heard of it is because they've only made one coaster, and that one coaster is this one here. So, the Flying Dutchman. So, that is very strange. You don't usually get manufacturers that come in and just make one coaster for a park. It's a very strange thing to have happen, but I suppose it's turned out quite well. You know, this is a very popular coaster and people talk about it a lot because it's just a good ride. The layout, it's certainly not the best of any layout. However, the theming is what makes up for that. So the theming is absolutely legendary. Honestly, this theming is stunning and it's probably the main aspect of the ride. Yes, it's got some kind of track and some layout, but the theming is clearly the main focal point of the ride. And it is the layout, yeah, it's not the best, but it's definitely not awful. You know, this is a solid layout and it's a long ride as well because of your dark ride section. But yeah, the theming is the focus of the ride, and it really, really does deliver. It's themed to the Flying Dutchman, which is kind of this like legendary ghost ship sort of thing, which is basically said to never to be able to make port. So it has to sail the oceans forever, and it's like a curse almost. Which is, you know, is a strange theme for a ride, but I think, again, it does work very well. And the theming in the dark ride section, it's all themed to sort of ships, and it's just very nice. And a YouTube video doesn't quite portray the theming quite as much as you'll be able to see in real life. So I'm sure the videos I've watched don't quite show the true beauty of the ride. However, it is just so amazing. There must be so many little details that you just don't see when you're watching a YouTube video, you know. With all little coasters, you're never going to see everything in a YouTube video, so the videos that I've watched won't show the true beauty of this ride, but I really do want to ride this thing. Like, this is amazing. I want to go to Efteling, I want to ride all their coasters there, including this one. This ride technically isn't actually called the Flying Dutchman, because it's located in Netherlands and they speak Dutch, so this is actually in their language called the Vliegende Hollander, which literally does translate to the Flying Dutchman. Again, I'm very sorry if I butchered that pronunciation. I don't speak Dutch, so I do not know if I got that right or completely wrong. But, you know, I tried, and that's what matters. It's called Vliegende Hollander in the Netherlands, so That's what you'll find it as on RCDB, and also just mainly referred to that. However, it's much easier to say the Flying Dutchman. This ride is 73 feet tall at its highest point, and it goes up to 43 miles per hour. It has no inversions, and yeah, this does seem like a family ride, which is absolutely fine. They do have some thrill coasters in this park and family rides. All parks should have a selection like this one does. And yeah, it does just look like a really fun ride, you know. The layout, I've mentioned that it's not really focused on the layout, but the layout isn't bad. Not at all. I'm just going to zoom out here and we'll see. So you start by just going around this little dark section pretty slowly. And then you travel up a lift hill up this way. And this train is about to follow the layout with me. So you go around this curved drop into a little tunnel section. You can see it goes around there. And then it goes over a little airtime hill. And then round over a little overbanked curve here. There it goes, round there. Then it takes you up into a little brake run to slow down the ride a little bit. You can see it there. Then it comes down this little drop here, round a curve over this main water section of the ride, and then down into a splashdown area. 3, 2, 1, splash. There it goes. That is the ride. And yeah, it's definitely not a bad layout, but it's definitely not the best either. But again, I've said, this ride is focused on the theming, and I think it really does deliver, and I really want to ride this coaster. And also, this simulator is very fun. It's quite slow paced, which is nice, but it is ranked as moderate, and I can understand why. Because it's got the 2 stations that you need to keep an eye on. It's got the block sections that you might need to you've got to turn on and everything. So I can understand why they have marked it as moderate. And yeah, I do really enjoy playing this simulator, as with most other simulators as well. And that is going to be it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. If you did enjoy the video, then please feel free to leave a like and consider subscribing. And also join my Discord server if you want to. The link is in the description. So thank you again for watching. Have a great rest of your day, everyone, and goodbye.